football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 3 quarters of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And they'll let that one go. Just off the east bank of the Cumberland River and across the water from the Tennessee State Capitol building, there's a look at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. The whole of downtown Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking the field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. 3 quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
A give to Etienne running right. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. These 2 teams met in Nashville earlier in the year with the Titans coming away victorious. So a win here in Nashville would give them the season series. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try the left side with Etienne. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 36. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Here's Lawrence to throw. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Used to have a coach used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, you know, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
Got to get to the 26 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Throw left side complete. That's Arnold. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Ouch, you thought you had the defensive stand. Roughing the passer wipes it out.
What does every defense talk about? 3 and out, right? Thought they were able to get off the field. Not so.
On first down, Lawrence. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. With Sean Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there. Throwing on second and long. Lawrence. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, batted free. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Space to run past the 20. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's fourth down. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. And his kick is indeed good. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Derrick Henry. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And Derrick Henry with the ball in his hands, what a sight to behold, because power and speed involved in every touch for him. Coming off another spectacular season with the Titans, he became the first since LaDainian Tomlinson in 2006 and 2007 to win 2 straight rushing titles, and he did it with style too. Just the 8th man to top 2,000 yards and the first since Adrian Peterson in 2012. He has his sights set on another 2,000-yard season.
A first down carry for Henry. The tackle made by Caleb Chason. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in week 5, and it was the visiting Titans who were victorious in that one. So now they'll look for the sweep here back home in Nashville. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try the air now with Tannehill. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count. They keep it with Henry on first down. Open space inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Titans have taken the lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they came into play here off 2 straight victories. They're back to 500 on the year. But, Charles, is this little mini run coming too late to salvage their season? Well, they definitely dug themselves a hole, and it leaves them needing to play almost perfect football from here on out. But I do believe they think that they've got this thing turned around, and they are capable of doing exactly that. Now Lawrence. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down. Here's Lawrence. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So a little extra on top of the big play there. It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up. A bad time for a roughing penalty. And they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball. And they'll run with ETN. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, Lawrence got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Marvin Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff. And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense. It's a squib kick that still makes its way down inside the 15. And he returns this to the 22. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Henry on 1st down, not finding much running room as he pushes forward for a yard or 2 at most.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill on the move to his left. A check down here for Henry. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Henry, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he is close to a 1st down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 33.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll try to run for the 1st with Henry. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So now the Titans are going to call upon their field goal unit here. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. Rosa's kick is good. That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They go play action with Lawrence. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay, because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, and you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Jones has it, and some room to maneuver. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
All tied up at 10. 2 minutes left in the 1st half. A reminder once once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Marvin Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Jaguars have moved out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 17-10 score. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Tannehill. Got this complete to Racey McMath. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. Shifts past him at the 45. 82 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. He dumps it off for Henry. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And this is going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. They snap it to Tannehill. And this is caught. He hits more. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. As they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To the air again, Tannehill. And he'll throw this one away, but I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Tannehill. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now it's Tannehill. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's more. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for 4th down. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make him punt it. Rosa's kick is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now at 17-13. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
It's a squibber picked up around the 27. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half. And for the call, let's get you back up to Nashville, Music City, and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 17-yard line.
Back to throw, Tannehill. And he's got the hook up to Moore. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Yeah, this is going to be a Titans 1st down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up 1st downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 104 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. And some room to roam now. And he winds up getting this all the way down to the Jags' 14-yard line. A big play there out of the running game.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front, because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he's brought down. But no surprise coming off a 2,000-yard season. It was Derrick Henry who totaled the most yards after contact in the NFL last year, and he's up to his old tricks here.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
Henry will take this into the end zone for a Titans touchdown. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Second down at 7. Etienne once more. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. Looking downfield for Jones. Oh, wide open, complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with Etienne. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 40 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Arnold. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Here's Lawrence to throw. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Dan Arnold, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars have retaken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the 3rd quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Here's Tannehill. Buying time to his left. Henry's got it out on the left side. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Titans on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Tannehill now to throw. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll run on 1st down. Henry. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point 4th quarter lead.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 165 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. This will go to Henry out wide. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
They certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now a 2nd down and 6. They'll run it again with Henry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape. On 3rd down, Henry. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Tannehill going to get this forward on the jet sweep. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Tannehill. Open man, Julio. Touchdown, Tennessee. Julio Jones. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Rosas good with the extra point. That gives him a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. To return, here's Agnew. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
He's back to throw. And that's complete to Etienne out of the backfield. And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. It's a big play for the Jaguars. Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
Dancing to his left. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. To throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. To throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost him.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. If he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
Now, we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game, because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got the 2-minute warning to come up. Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Tannehill to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Tannehill. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on fourth down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this. On first and 10, it's Etienne. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On first down, Lawrence. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Second down and goal. Lawrence. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They just likely won this thing in regulation. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. It's a squib kick fielded just inside the 20. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that, but also you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Jags, they move back over 500 at 7-6. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, it's